Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in was it my last video? I think it was my last video. I had so many compliments on my eye makeup, and I actually don't think I've ever had that many comments on how good it looked, or so many people saying that they wish that there was a video on it. Today I am going to just kind of show you how I got that look. Please don't mind my hair. I haven't showered yet. I'm showering after this video. And last night was a late night. My friend came over and we killed like a full bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos and like 2 bottles of wine. Let's just say I don't feel very well today. My stomach, you know? Whew. Right now I just have like foundation, concealer, and just some setting powder. So I'm just gonna go ahead really quick and finish up the rest of my face makeup because I just prefer to do my face first, but I wanted to show you what I have been doing. So I know I've shown this in videos before, and I'm pretty sure you can still get this. I don't think this was limited edition, but this is from Pure Cosmetics, and it's a cream like highlight palette, and this is in the Sun-Kissed Glow, so it just has a highlight, like a blush kind of shade, and then a bronzer shade here. So what I've been doing is taking this little, I think this is an e.l.f. brush. Yeah, this is an e.l.f. stippling brush. And I've just been kind of swirling it into this like champagne colored cream highlighter. And just putting that down. Just a little bit right above my eyebrows. I kind of clean off the brush a little bit. And then I've been taking the bronzer shade right here, taking a little bit of that. And then I just take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. You can see that is very well loved. This is just the transparent one, and a big fluffy brush. And I just set everything all over my face so that when I go in with my powders, it's easier to blend everything. I finally picked up the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, and for real, like I know everyone says this, but it smells like you're on vacation. It smells like kind of coconutty and pina colada-y. So I just take my bronzer brush. I don't even know if this is a bronzer brush. It's just what I use for a bronzer. Swirl it around in here. So I've been trying out this new product from Tarte. This is their Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle contour and highlight palette. It's so pretty. So this just has, if I can open it, come on. So this has a highlight shade and then the beautiful, beautiful contour shade. And it smells like chocolate or vanilla or something like that. It's so good. So I just take my Real Techniques contour brush and dip into that contour shade. This shade is so beautiful. And then what I feel like has been just the best highlighter, which I feel like I didn't expect it from this, but this highlight in this palette is so good, especially on top of the cream highlight that we put down. It's so, so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's like intense but not too intense, and it kind of just looks like, instead of being really powdery and glittery, In my opinion, at least, it just looks wet, which I love. It looks so beautiful. I'm pretty sure this was the blush that I used in the makeup that I wore. I put together this INGLOT palette, and I had mixed the two purple shades when I did my makeup the other day. And I love putting this on with a stippling brush because it's not like so intense like it is with other brushes. So I have been getting a lot of questions on how I do my eyebrows because I don't usually put it in videos just because it takes so long. But since I tried to cut out, well, I hope I cut out a little bit of footage from already doing my face makeup, or most of it, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of show how I've been doing my brows. Lately I've been using the Maybelline Brow Precise pencil. There are so many different brands that make brow pencils. You know, Anastasia of course makes them, Benefit makes them, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Revlon. I mean, you don't have to use anything high-end. You can get whatever from the drugstore. So this is the one I've been using, and on one end it just has the spoolie so you can brush out your brows, and then on the other end is just a little pencil. First thing I do is I take the spoolie and I just kind of brush through my eyebrows to kind of just tame the hair in the direction that I want it to go. I mean, I kind of do have, I guess, decently full brows, I guess, but they're just like weird shaped, mostly because I'm too lazy to go and get them taken care of. So I just kind of roll the pencil tip up, not too far. I don't want too much product to be out of the pencil. I don't want it to break off. And I hold the brush kind of further back, more towards the spoolie end, so that I don't have a ton of pressure when I'm applying the product, because I want it to be a more natural kind of look, like halfway back on my eyebrow. And I just kind of start making like a straight line just to kind of define the bottom of the brow. And I know it looks a little harsh, but that's what the spoolie is for, so we can brush it out. And then once I have that line down, I start filling in the little sparse areas right here. And again, I'm just doing really light hair-like strokes. I'm hardly touching my face at all. Just slowly filling those blank spots in, and then I continuously flip the brush over and brush through with the spoolie to get rid of any harsh lines or anything that would make it look, you know, unnatural. I mean, and just putting in that one straight line underneath this brow, look how different the two look. But anyway, just kind of continue doing that same thing towards the back of the brow. And here I'm really making the tail of the brow a lot more dark. I want the front of the brow to be a bit lighter and then get darker as it goes back. And again, you can see like how different that looks compared to this one. Just towards the front, I don't want to do a lot, I just want to do a little bit. So again, holding the pencil back pretty far, and I'm just really lightly, again, hardly touching my face, just flicking them straight up, because towards the front your brows typically grow straight up. And then brushing that out again. So once I'm done either penciling them in or using dip brow or anything like that, I take a cream concealer and a little teeny tiny brush. I can't even see what brush this is because I've worn off the words, but this is just like a really tiny brush from Real Techniques. And this is the OFRA Cosmetics Dermatones Concealer Wheel, and I just take that center shade here because it's pretty much like my skin tone. And I take this small brush and I'm kind of gonna clean up around the eyebrows. And what I'm doing is just running this straight along the bottom of the eyebrow. And this just like cleans everything up and makes it really sharp. And I take a little bit and I'll run it right along the tail and a little bit right across the top. If you don't want your eyebrows to like move around throughout the day, any type of brow gel to just hold them down. You can do clear, you could do a colored one. This one is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. And this just helps to set your brows in place so that you won't get your crazy hairs going all over the place during the day. So that is how I do my eyebrows. And that is the difference between an undone eyebrow and a real eyebrow. A real eyebrow? A better eyebrow. So the first thing that I did when I was doing my makeup is I took the shade My Tribe, which is just like a cream shade. And I used the Morphe E21 brush. It's just like an angled fluffy brush. And I took this shade and I put it from right underneath my brow down to my crease. I didn't put it on my lid because I'm going to be taking a cream shadow so I don't want to put a cream over a powder. So what I used first was this Mally cream shadow stick. So this shadow stick is in the shade Shimmering Mauve. I put this all over my actual lid, and I did this one eye at a time so that it didn't dry out and became difficult to blend or anything. So I just smeared this all over and I started to just buff the color out. And again, if you don't have like this exact thing, there are so many cream shadow sticks or pots, whatever, from like the drugstore or from pretty much every brand, so don't feel like you have to use this exact one. This is just the only purple that I have, so that's why I'm using it. So what I did next was I took these two shades, Be Sassy and Jet Setter. This one, the Be Sassy, is just a really pale pink, and then Jet Setter is like a light, kind of like a lilac purple, and I just mixed those shades together. And I started to blend them right above the crease for a nice transition shade. And again, like these colors specifically can be really dupable from the Tarte Lit in Bloom palette if you have that one. And then I took a smaller brush. This is the Morphe E17 brush. And I started to take the shade Flirt, which is a deeper purple shade. And I started to put this shade directly into the crease and kind of blending the cream shadow stick that we put down and then blending it into that transition shade. And then I'm just going back to the brush that we used when I laid down those first pink and purple shades. And I'm just kind of blending that area out one more time. And then I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going into the shade Fierce, and it's on camera it's looking like a shimmery purple, and it is, but it definitely has a lot of red in it as well. And I'm just picking that up on that flat brush And I'm putting that all over the lid on top of that cream shadow color that we used. And then to just darken up that outer edge, I'm taking the shade Own It, which is this really cool, like, dark blue purple. And I'm just gonna put that like right on the outer edge there. Going back into the shade Flirt, and one more time just kind of blending out right above the crease. This beautiful color. This is Dainty right here, and I took this and I put this like right in the inner corner. The color is so pretty. And I used just a little of that shade and I put that right underneath the brow to highlight. And I'm taking the darkest purple. It almost looks kind of brown on here. The shade's called Daydream. And I'm taking that color, packing it on that brush, and then what I'm gonna do is press it right up against my lower lashes. Now I'm gonna mix the Be Sassy and Jet Setter, those purple shades, like pinky purple shades, and I'm gonna just kind of start to blend out that really harsh line of the dark color that we've put down here. And then going back to the highlight color that we used, the Dainty color right here, I'm gonna put a little bit of this just like on the inner corner of that lower lash line. I am going to put the Marc Jacobs black eyeliner in my tight line. For your lower lash line or your lower waterline, you could use black, you could use like really pretty purple. I always use gold. I just think gold looks so cool, so I'm using ColourPop. This one is Get Paid. And then, because I want it to be a little more intense, I'm taking the number 77 gel liner from INGLOT, which is just completely black. I'm gonna push this like right up against the lashes just to make it a little more intense. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. I used Kat Von D Bauhaus. I don't want to wear that today though, so I'm not going to. This is Bite Beauty Fig, my janky busted up lips. Do you have a schmutz? I'm just gonna use Fix Plus. That was not what I wanted. Oh, that's just lovely. thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any other videos that you would like to see, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy it, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified for future videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!